A man in Toronto being hailed as a hero after saving a swarm of bees that appeared to have lost their queen. It all began when a photo was posted up online on the Buns Trading Zone Facebook page showing a group of insects clustered at the base of this fire hydrant. Nima Alizadeh saw the post and realized that he lived not too far away from that hydrant, so he biked over, collected the bees into a cardboard box, buckled them into the passenger seat of his car, able to transport them across the city to a beekeeper who took in the insects. And Nima is standing by today, joining us here on the program. Good to have you on, Nima. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
You know, this is not the kind of thing that a lot of people would do when you're talking about bees. Why did you decide to take action?
I was just pretty close by. I wasn't afraid of getting stung or anything, and I find bees are pretty important. And it wasn't anything that any other Buns member would have done, so it felt like I should have done it.
How difficult was it, Nima, to get the bees into the box?
It was just kind of strenuous. You know, I had to keep throwing them into the box, and then after maybe 20 or so finally got in there, they started to stay in the box and not fly out anymore and crawl out.
Now, when you say throw them into the box, did any of them sting you?
No, none of them stung me, but after a little while, I borrowed these gloves from a security guard, which helped a lot, and I found a few stingers in the gloves, so a few of them must have stung the glove.
So most of the time they behaved for you, and then
yes, they behaved.
And then you got, sorry, you know, it's a little bit of a pun there on the Monday. You got them to a beekeeper.
Yeah, I got them to a gentleman, another Buns member, who is actually friends with a beekeeper, and he is taking them today, actually. Today's the day where they will be introduced to 3 different colonies, and hopefully they join their colony or make their own.
You talked about how bees are important, and we keep hearing a lot of these headlines in the news, of course, about problems with bee colonies and bee colonies dying out as well. Was that kind of going on in your mind as well?
Yeah, yeah, it was a little. I know that bees are kind of struggling as a species right now, and it did seem like something I could do to help, so.
How long did it take you from start to finish?
When I got there, it probably took close to an hour getting them all in the box, and then maybe another hour in transportation and all that.
Do you have any idea if these bees are expected to survive without their queen? Do they just kind of glom onto another queen? How does that work?
I'm not too sure actually about that, but the other Buns member seems pretty hopeful that they'll be able to be introduced, I guess.
When you told the beekeeper what you had done and that you were coming, what was the reaction?
He was pretty happy. He was pretty excited, and you know, we were just both excited to be a part of it and helping, you know, these bees, I guess.
What's the reaction been to your bee heroics, Nima?
Very surprising. A lot of people messaging me, saying, you know, great job, good on you. And, you know, it's pretty nice.
And not stung once, which is pretty impressive, too. Nima, thanks so much for coming on CTV. We really appreciate having you.
No problem. Thank you for having me.